And we're back for another game of Ashland High School varsity basketball action. This time we have boys varsity basketball again against the Bellingham Blackhawks. How'd the girls' game go, Todd?
Went pretty darn well for Ashland.
I'd say. But what was it? What was the final score? 62-38, I believe?
I think so. 62-38. I think you're right on the dot there.
So if you're an Ashland fan, you're hoping to see something similar, but of course you can't really be sure if one game is truly indicative of the other, and so we might see something either similar or vastly different from Bellingham here.
So true. Your Ashland starting lineup, you have number 2 Jason Arms, the senior guard for Ashland. Number 15, Jason Christensen, senior forward. Number 5, Trevor DeParrin, senior guard. Number 13, Cameron Hardy, a sophomore guard. And number 24, Kevin Russell, a sophomore forward.
And is that Bellingham going to win the tip-off here?
Yep, they will.
And right off the bat, they start throwing it around the key, going for some threes up here. And looks like, who's that?
Kevin Russell comes away with it. And Cameron Hardy going to drive it up now. Cameron Hardy goes around. Cameron Hardy to the hoop. No good. Ashland comes away with it.
Cameron Hardy, I don't really recognize that name. Was he not here on Tuesday?
I think he was, but I don't know if he was in a starter role. I'm not sure. Trevor, the 3, no good.
Bellingham's going to get that rebound, though. Racing down the court here. Got a lot of speed on this Bellingham team, I'd say.
Ooh, a time out by Bellingham.
That was a very...
Or no, was that...
What?
Was that a travel? I'm not sure.
I was about to say, if that was a timeout by Bellingham, that was a very
that would have been inopportune. As we see Trevor DeParrin underneath Jason Christensen for 2.
Right, using that height that we know him and we knew his brother for.
Do we have it? No, we don't have a Christensen.
Yeah, Alex Christensen, right? He graduated a while ago, didn't he?
Oh, he did? Okay. I didn't.
All right, he's a year above me. If it's the same Christensen, it might not be the same Christensen.
I'm not sure. I have no clue in terms of that. I only started following Ashland basketball when I started announcing it, and that's when I became a huge fan as well.
Right, yeah.
As Kevin Russell brings it in for Ashland.
That was quite the drive from Russell, seeing the lane. See, the lane was open, and he raced down that.
Fantastic vision there from him. And Bellingham going to take an early timeout here, and you're going to see the Ashland bench here. Someone I think we're going to be seeing in this game soon, Dylan Feinberg, fantastic player for Ashland, along with Thomas Morrison, who stands right next to him, number 11 and number 20 respectively. And then number 33, Andre Agostinelli, got to watch out for him. I believe he was a kicker for the football team as well, but great basketball player too. So excited to see if they will play tonight. And Dominic Kavanaugh bringing water in for everybody. What a great guy there. What a great guy for Ashland there. You see the starters will rest on the bench during these timeouts.
Right.
And everybody else stands up.
It's it seems as though Ashland has been pretty good with their drives so far. We haven't really... Oh, my gosh.
Fast break. It's good, and the foul for John LaRose, the senior guard for Bellingham.
And right off the bat, you're right. He's going to go to the line. But taking that and one, that could be a big look for Bellingham, getting an early lead, getting some early momentum, I should say, in this first quarter.
And something we talked about the last game on Tuesday for these Ashland boys, these and ones can be crucial. Those foul shots. You miss those, and it can be a disaster. Christensen, he finishes.
Oh, and is that going to be a jump ball or something for, looks like Bellingham's going to get the ball back. Number 23, Brent Creighton is going to inbound it.
We're getting excited here as Ashland retains this lead, and we thought that Ashland might have gotten the ball back. The outside three ties up the game. I couldn't even see who that. I think it was LaRose.
Number 30, I believe.
Was it 30?
I thought it
was it Jacob Bassett?
I don't know. He hit the three and then sprinted back down the court.
If I'm gonna give it to Bassett then, and that's a fantastic look from this Bellingham team, tying it up and now getting the ball back.
I think we're in for
Toss over the head of Michael Reisfelder, the junior forward for Bellingham, and Ashland will take over.
I think we're going to get quite the competitive game here.
I think so. We're seeing early on it's a 6-6 match. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter of action here. And what did I say? We're going to see Dylan Feinberg enter the game. Of course, who can forget his brother?
Oh, Max Feinberg, of course.
Max Feinberg up on the 1,000-point scoreboard.
Ooh.
His brother, could he be following in the footsteps? Not there.
Is that a travel?
I think they're calling it a travel.
But yeah, Ashland, you saw the movement. It seems that Bellingham is pretty adept at hitting these threes and getting open for those threes. But Ashland under the net and driving is really something to behold as we saw the passes around.
Good job there by Christensen, getting a hand on it, making sure that they didn't score on that fast break. And interesting choice by Ashland using the press early on here.
Yeah,
that full court press. Ashland settling back into the 2-3 zone, it seemed.
And Russell going to get the rebound there. Out to DeParrin.
DeParrin pass underneath. Christensen, it's up and in. Christensen, he's going to have himself a game. 6 of Ashland's 8 so far here tonight.
And no threes from Ashland so far.
Interesting choice by this Ashland team. But one thing to note that's a little concerning to me is Ashland, 2 fouls so far early on here compared to Bellingham.
Russell for 3.
Yeah, that stopped me dead in my tracks. So your only scorers so far are Kevin Russell and Jason Christensen. Christensen with 6, Russell with 5.
And I think what's been making the difference, at least on the Ashland defense end of it, is they've been stellar with their rebounds. They're really using Russell and Christensen to the height of those two players to the fullest. They've dropped very few rebounds, and I think that's what's making the difference because Bellingham, they seem pretty adept in the 3 range, but I think they're getting stuffed under the net.
Yeah, definitely, and it's funny because they have a fairly big team here. You see Ashland. Looks like we're going to have another timeout here. I don't know if it's an Ashland or a Bellingham timeout yet.
Well,
it's going to be an Ashland.
And I kind of saw head coach Isaiah Davis getting a little bit fired up on the sidelines there in the meantime. So I think the Ashland team is really gunning for a W here.
And so, of course, your Ashland head coach is Isaiah Davis with assistant coaches John Iarusi and
Jorge Reyes.
That's what we're going to go with. And then for Bellingham, the head coach is TJ Chiappone. That's a familiar last name.
It absolutely is. It's a familiar last name for the girls and the boys team, I believe. Corey
Chiappone, starter for Bellingham. And then I thought Riley Chiappone, the 8th grader from Bellingham. She was one of their swing players, and I think we had a 3 from her in the girls game that happened shortly before this.
Absolutely. And I think looking at Ashland's league record here, they're 1-2. Their season record is 1-4. So I think Isaiah Davis is pretty fired up and really wants a W here tonight. And I don't know, it's shaping up to be quite the game here.
Yeah, the thing that really matters here is this league record. They definitely want to break even at least on the league record.
Is that going to be Christensen going to the line?
Yeah, I believe so. Ashland with a 5-point lead as Christensen goes to the line for the first time tonight. Christensen, his first one is no good.
And that's going to be Bellingham's first foul tonight as well.
So Christensen 0 for 2, and that's not a good start for Ashland, especially after that last game.
I got to say, this is a quick-moving game on both sides. We always like to comment on how fast DeParent is, but it seems that Bellingham is matching his speed in spades as they're sprinting it down the court, and they're very adept at finding their passes. As this is a fast break from Bellingham, but looks like it's going to be a foul on Ashland. Either that or the Bellingham player stepped out of bounds. No, it looks like a foul on Ashland. That's going to put him up to 3 as number 15 from Bellingham, Philip Jones, is going to inbound it. And let's see what Bellingham can do under the net. They haven't been so successful thus far, but they can swing it. They can change. Number 23 from Bellingham going to put it up for 3. Brent Creighton, the starter, not going to find the net.
I'm back. I left for a second here. Connor, did you miss me?
Oh, I missed you in spades. Is that pass is going to not find its recipient, not going to find Reisfelder, the junior forward from Bellingham here tonight. You're watching WACA-TV here at the Ashland High School Gymnasium. We have some boys varsity basketball action, Ashland versus Bellingham. So we have about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Ashland leading 14-6.
Who scored a 3?
I missed it. I recorded down that there was a 3 there, but these players, they like to shoot their threes and then run to the other side of the court, so they can't really see them from where we're sitting.
All right, so we missed a 3 here. Oh, a 2? Oh, yeah. Sorry. We're trying to score keep as we're going, and we said it in the last game. But big thing is if anybody wants to help us out here, that'd be great. With scorekeeping. That way we could record some stuff, maybe get who's actually getting some rebounds, as Christensen does there.
Christensen has been stellar on the rebound game thus far. And it looks like
he'll be going to the line now.
Is that the second time tonight he's going to the line?
Yep, he's 0 for 2 so far on the night. So we're hoping for a better outing here, as he'll nail his first one. So he's 1 for 3 at this point, as Bellingham takes some subs.
I want to say it might have been Kevin Russell who hit that 3, but I'm not sure. That 3 earlier that put Ashland at 15.
And Christensen will be 2 for 2 on the night.
Or 14, excuse me, because Christensen just hit that. Just went 2 for 2 at the line there.
So 16 points now. Ashland up over Bellingham, doubling their score actually. Bellingham 8, Ashland 16.
Oh, that's a good look for Bellingham.
Yeah, that offensive rebound.
Yeah,
the drive in by Reisfelder.
The tip from Philip Jones to get it back to Reisfelder.
And some good outside passing around the key, across the court, as Christensen comes down with that one. But again, even though they had some fantastic passing, Bellingham unable to come away with any points there.
It looks like that's going to be a foul on Ashland, bringing them up to 6, and 6 alone in this first quarter. That's quite a few fouls.
That's rough. You're entering 1-on-1 territory, which is scary. to have happen in just the first quarter alone.
Yeah.
You need to worry about some people fouling out, including Christensen, who has 2 fouls so far tonight.
Ooh, that's
And
number
that's up and
31.
over.
Josh Jones for Bellingham got to put up 2. And it's 16-10 here as we're nearing the last minute and 30 seconds of the first quarter.
The drive by Cameron Hardy, no good.
That's good defense from Bellingham, getting all ball there.
Number 23, Brent Creighton, the senior guard from Bellingham, will grab some points of his own.
And this is a momentum swing if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, Ashland boys varsity basketball. Things change pretty quickly. An 8-point lead is not a very large one.
No.
And in this game.
And Christensen going to the line for the 3rd time tonight. He's 2 for 4.
And we'll wait to see here how he does in this outing. He seems to have found his momentum after going 0 for 2. He is now 3 for 5.
And 3 for 3 on his last 2 free throws at that.
Yeah, on his last 3, he's 3 for 3. And here comes that 4th one. He's just gonna swoosh that one. He has 10 points now recorded. Christensen, great shooter. I don't think he scored that. I think you would have noticed if he scored that 3 though.
And it looks like we got Thomas Morrison in here. First time I've seen him in a while. But let's see what he can do in this last minute of the first quarter. Ooh, the pick.
Jason Arms almost got destroyed up at the top of the key. No call. Good job by Trevor DeParron trying to go for that rebound. Couldn't get it, but avoids the foul.
Yeah, that's a good rebound by number 30, Jacob Bassett. And it seems like Bellingham is hitting their stride here.
Good drive and then pass outside by Brent Creighton. But Ashland's going to come away unscathed from that. Morrison with the shot, no good. Rebound by Bellingham. Bellingham driving. Ashland's going to come up with it. The fast break. Morrison. It's good.
Nice
First points by Morrison on the
nice little
night.
finger roll there, putting some style on it.
The final seconds of the quarter. Bellingham's shot is no good. Ashland ends the quarter up 20-12.
I gotta say, this has been quite the action-packed game, and also a pretty high-scoring game.
I would have to agree. We saw the girls' game last, but compared to the girls' game, you have 32 points. I think in the first quarter of the last game, you're talking about, I think they had 20-something points in total.
Yeah,
I
true.
think 24. And that was an absolute ousting by Ashland in the last game.
Absolutely, they ended up with 62 points. So, I don't know. These both games have seemed to be pretty high scoring, all things considered. As Coach Isaiah Davis, as I said before, he was pretty fired up on the sidelines. So I wonder what he's saying to his Ashland team as we're approaching the second quarter of play here.
So again, Ashland having a rough season so far. Their home record, they're 0-3. That's something Coach Davis definitely wants to change tonight. He wants to get that first home win. That's going to be huge. Their away record, though, they're 500 away.
That's true.
Again, as far as the league goes, though, they're 1-2. They're hoping to break even as of tonight. We talked about that before. Their only win of the season so far came against, let's see here. It came in their first game against Medway.
Oh, I don't know if I like this press from Ashland.
Yeah, it's opening up some lanes down the court.
They're really good at pressuring Bellingham within the key, so I don't know if taking players out of the key is going to be the best thing to do there.
And Reisfelder with a nice 2.
especially when you have a player like Russell, who we saw in the Norton game is so valuable under the net to get those rebounds, putting him on someone. But just like that.
Dylan Feinberg, the 3, it's good.
But like I'm saying here, we have Russell playing I want to say Mark, because that's my ultimate Frisbee bias coming through. But he's kind of sticking to the inbounder like glue when we saw a lot of effort out of him under the net in the Norton game.
Oh, good job by Dylan Feinberg getting the hand in there. And Russell doing a good job defending there.
Wow, these rebounds are really paying dividends for Ashland.
Some good passing, too, as Arms is going to be... No. Yeah, they're going to... Okay, they're going to call a foul on Jason Arms here. That's his 3rd already of the game. So, potential for foul trouble there. Jason Arms, we don't have any points down for him yet on the night. Potentially that 3 points that we're missing could have been his. We're not sure.
And as I was saying before, Bellingham certainly has the speed. I think they definitely match Trevor DePerrin with the speed aspects, but it seems that sometimes their speed gets a little bit ahead of them, as we just saw there.
Yeah, sometimes you're faster than you can dribble.
Yeah. Which that goes for Ashland too. Sometimes we see Trevor DePerrin with missing his. We've seen a couple times this game Trevor DePerrin missing his crossovers and things like that.
That's no good from Bellingham. Just a little too much on it. The drive underneath. It looked pretty from Corey Schiappone.
That was just quite the sequence. We had one Bellingham offender going out and scooping the ball in from out of bounds, and with this amazingly directed pass right to Schiappone, and then Schiappone himself driving. Couldn't find the net, but you're right. It did look pretty. Looks like Christensen into number 13, Cameron Hardy from Ashland.
Christensen was thinking about the 3, and then he realized, wait, I'm a big man. I don't do that. Number 13, Cameron Hardy. They're going to mark that as 2.
But his first points of the night. Schiappone dribbling around the key looking for help. Finds it in number 10, Justin Creighton.
What's that going to be? Is that going to be a foul on Ashland? Oh, no.
Not looking like it, as Hardy's going to inbound it.
No foul called here. Oh, Dylan Feinberg.
You see him
back to
see the cuts.
Hardy.
The cuts kind of faking out the defenders as Russell's going to put that up like it's nothing. And that's going to be a timeout from, I assume, Bellingham.
Yeah, they got
a 29-14 here.
Well, and this is why you use your timeouts. You want to swing momentum your way. Obviously, Ashland seems to have a little bit more momentum going for them than Bellingham does currently.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They seem like 2 evenly matched teams as far as offense go, but Ashland just seems to be converting a little bit harder on their openings and their rebounds, which is really making the difference in this game. As Ashland's up, what is that, 13 points here now?
Yep. So, again, a good timeout here from Bellingham coach TJ Schiappone with assistant coaches Rich Blue, Alan DeAngelis, Rob Evans, and Kevin Gruposo. Bellingham's athletic director is Michael Connor, and Ashland's athletic director, our very own Michael Grimes.
True.
Who is just phenomenal. Great guy to work with. If you ever get the opportunity to meet him and talk to him, he's just a great guy.
Absolutely. Helping us out a lot here at WACA-TV. As Bellingham's going to find a good inbound, and Schiappone is going to hand it off to number 23, Brett Creighton. But Ashland's on him like glue. Can't really get the drive in that he was looking for or the three that he was looking for.
You know what they call that? They were on him like stink on poo.
They were going to go a different way.
They were all over him.
They absolutely were.
And that seems to be the way Ashland is defending tonight.
It seems like it. You know, for all my talk of Russell being Mark and me personally thinking he'd be better served under the net, I'm getting proved wrong.
Well, Russell has that 3 ball, and we're going to see a sub here. Dylan Feinberg comes out for Andre Agostinelli.
And it seems like in that giant scuffle, Schiappone got fouled by number 11 from Ashland, Dylan Feinberg.
Feinberg already with 3 fouls on the night. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. That's dangerous right there. We're seeing some one-way fouls here, I think.
Definitely.
But number 30, Jacob Bassett, I think he's going to be called for an over the back.
And that was great game sense on that play from Thomas Morrison. He knew that the pass was coming inside the key from Bellingham, and he made the cut and he sprinted and he managed to gain possession of the ball and take it himself. He couldn't convert and finish, but it's still a good look regardless.
DeParent outside of Christensen. Christensen with a shot. It's no good. Bellingham gets the ball back, driving down court. Yeah, didn't seem to have full control of the ball. Trevor, though, he'll use his speed, but he'll maintain control throughout until his hands are swatted at, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I was talking about before. You're not seeing that foul called so much on that Ashland side. I could see our cameras are picking up that Trevor was getting his hand smacked around a little bit, which normally you're going to call that a foul. Refs might be having a hard time seeing that down low.
True. The refs are certainly not all seeing. They're just they're doing the best they can here. As Bellingham's going to put it in for 2.
That's Justin Creighton. Believe the brother of Brent Creighton.
And DeParent's going to try to drive here. There's no way he's getting through those 2 Bellingham defenders. But is he going to draw the foul?
That might be the one thing DeParent can truly do, is he can draw the foul if he decides to drive. Little bit of an advantage to being a smaller player. True, is drawing that foul for sure.
And a lot of fouls in this game, as we've been mentioning. As number 15 Philip Jones is gonna steal possession away from that inbound, and he's gonna take it himself, but he's not gonna find the jump shot. Ashland's gonna get that rebound, as they've been apt to do this whole game. And as we're used to seeing DeParent taking it down the court.
Christensen passes it out to Russell. Russell, who's been having himself a game.
Oh, absolutely.
Back to DeParent. Back outside. Christensen for 3. It's no good. Stay down low, bud. Just a little hint. I mean, he has the range, but he is very effective down low. And I think that's what Ashland needs to start doing. They need to stop with the 3-point game, focus on what's gotten them this huge lead so far.
I'd agree.
Which are many more 2-pointers.
Yeah,
many more of those field goals.
They've definitely, in the first quarter. Ooh, that was a 3 from. Again, they just keep running back.
The boys, a very fast-paced game.
I believe it was number 4 on Bellingham. Reisfelder gonna put that 3 up.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to him. He's gonna have 7 so far, as their top scorer. And a timeout here by Ashland, as I think Coach Davis is gonna say exactly what I said. Stick to your 2s. No need to go down and take a 3 from the outside. Drive underneath. draw some fouls and stop fouling yourself.
Yeah, this is definitely a high fouling game, but not as much scoring as we saw in the first quarter. We saw 20 points from Ashland in the first quarter, and I think how many did we see from Bellingham? About 12.
Yeah, it was 20-12, and since then, Ashland has scored 7 to Bellingham 7, so more evenly matched here, but Ashland probably wants to keep building on their lead instead of just maintaining it.
Yeah, certainly not a very high-scoring quarter compared to the first.
We still have some time left in it, though, after this timeout, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the first half of action.
And I think that was a good note you mentioned at the beginning, or not the beginning, about midway through the second quarter, that Arms is up there in fouls. Arms is up there in fouls, and so I think he's been pulled for the time being because he is a starter. They want to keep him for as long as they can. So Davis recognizing that Arms is getting up there, and of course 5 fouls, you're out of the game. As Ashland's going to start with the ball here. DeParron looking for someone. I believe that's going to be Hardy he's going to try for. Christensen going to put it up for 2. That was quite the look. Number 15, Philip Jones, going to be passing it around. Bellingham using their speed to their advantage. Number 4, Reisfelder is going to be wide open at the back end of the key, but not going to find the 3, unfortunately. And Hardy with the drive there. It looks like there was an offensive foul. Oh, no. No, I'm mistaken. Looks like Hardy's going to go to the line for his first time tonight. He's going to hit his first. Hardy squares up. And that's going to be his second. Hardy with 4 points on the night, 2 for 2. As Bellingham swinging it around. What a drive from number 23, Brett Creighton, and that's going to be his 4th point of the night. Creighton seemed to be very adept at driving and really finding those lanes, a la Russell did early in the first quarter. As Russell himself goes for 3, but not going to find the net. Creighton taking it again. Going to miss, but Philip Jones been having quite the night on defense, but he's going to take the rebound and put it in himself for 2. And just like that, Bellingham has been after that timeout, even though it was an Ashland timeout, Bellingham has certainly come out of the gate. Number 33, Andre Agostinelli, is going to fumble with the ball a little bit, but that's going to tear all the Bellingham defenders towards him and square another Ashland defender up for a shot. But not really sure what happened on that last drive. I think it might have been a travel on one of the Bellingham offenders. And so number 13, Cameron Hardy, is going to inbound it. Bellingham forcing this press out to Russell. Russell to Morrison. Morrison's not going to find the net. Is that going to be a jump ball? Some contention on the ground there. Looks like that was going to be a jump ball. And Ashland with the inbound here on Bellingham's side of the court. Oh, with a fake out. That was Feinberg with a very convincing layup to fake out. Oh, and that's going to be a travel on number 22, Daniel Unegbu. And again on Bellingham's side of the court, DePerrin's going to inbound it. Christensen making himself open, but Feinberg with a spin move, and he's going to draw the foul. So Feinberg going to go to the line for his first time tonight. Feinberg with only 3 points on the night. He's going to put it up for one and make it. Feinberg squaring up to the line again with 6 seconds left of play in the first half. Feinberg's not going to make the second. That's going to put him at 4 points for the night. Bellingham going to take a fast break. Easy three, but not going to find it. That was Philip Jones with the 3 attempt at the buzzer. But that's a good some redemption definitely for Bellingham as they bring it within a 9-point spread. If I'm Ashland, I'm going into the locker room and I gotta rethink my strategy a little bit.
I would have to agree. And just so you know, it is cold outside. Just wanted to let you know that.
Todd had to make a quick run outside, and we'll be right back with some more action
here on WACA-TV. Thanks so much for watching. And welcome back to Ashland High School Boys Varsity Basketball versus Bellingham. Ashland up 32 to 23 after the halftime break. Bellingham starts out with the ball based on the jump ball earlier in the game. And so Bellingham now driving the opposite way. Of course, they change sides, and Christensen ends up coming up with the rebound here. And Ashland prepares to drive with its starters. Your starters are number 2, Jason Arms, number 15, Jason Christensen, number 5, Trevor DePerrin, number 13, Cameron Hardy, and number 24, Kevin Russell. We're about 30 seconds into the new half, and we already have a foul against Cameron Hardy here, Ashland's first of the half. And Bellingham able to come away with that just barely, and Michael Reisfelder did a good job keeping that alive as they drove down low. And looks like we'll have the second foul on Ashland with Jason Arms with his 4th. One more and he's out of the game.
So Todd, kind of highlighting what I saw at the end of the last quarter, at the end of the half, Bellingham was certainly gaining some momentum. They were certainly finding their groove on offense and stuffing Ashland a little bit on defense, which is why they kind of brought it to this 9-point spread that we see now. But also, this has been a lot of fouls in this game. So I think if Bellingham can capitalize on their free throws, then I think we could be looking at a whole different game real soon.
We just had Josh Jones going to the line. He's 0 for 2. And he missed a 2.
No, just in general.
We're missing a 2-pointer from Bellingham.
Yeah, we all of our scores are pretty much all accurate except for we're missing 1-2 from Bellingham.
And then a 3 for Ashland. And Trevor DePerrin bringing it down for the Ashland team. It goes back to him. He'll push it outside. The shot, no good. But Ashland with the rebound. Looked like that shot came from Thomas Morrison. Sorry, Yeah, Thomas Morrison. I was thinking of his brother for a second.
Right, yeah.
David Morrison.
Another really good basketball player that graduated here from Ashland High School. But I was going to say, Thomas Morrison is somebody that my eye has been gravitating towards the whole match because he seems to be such a force in terms of driving.
He is athletically gifted. The only thing I think he needs to improve on at times, just a personal thing here, is he's a fairly smart basketball player, but there are times where maybe he'll take a shot that he shouldn't have. So that's the only area of improvement that I could say for him.
Is Christensen gonna miss both of those shots?
Ashland coming away with the offensive rebound from Cameron Hardy. Christensen underneath.
Wow,
He's
I can't believe he got that.
Two.
I can't believe he found that.
We have 14 for him tonight, and he has been the leading force behind Ashland.
Absolutely, he's just been amazing under the net the whole night. As Bellingham's going to try for three, I'm not going to find it, but get the rebound. Reisfelder going to throw back. Ooh, that was a pretty jump shot.
Was that Reisfelder?
No, it wasn't. That was number 23, Brent Creighton.
Brent Creighton.
He's been really good inside the key tonight with 6 points of his own.
Ashland 34, Bellingham 25. Ashland holding on to that 9-point lead right now. And they really want to come away with that home win tonight.
Definitely. And they're playing like it.
The good drive here by Brent Creighton.
Like I said, he's been putting in work on offense.
That'll be 8 points for him on the night, quickly becoming Bellingham's top scorer.
But Russell answers right back. Ashland bench getting pumped, and that's a timeout from, I believe, Bellingham.
I think that will be. Ashland trying to keep that momentum going, keeping that 9-point lead.
Oh, it was an Ashland timeout. Excuse me.
Oh, but Coach Davis really wants to. He doesn't want to hold the lead. He wants to expand it.
Right.
And that's what I think he's telling his players right now. He really wants to work on expanding that lead.
It's been a very back and forth third quarter thus far. We're not that far into it, but where we saw really dominant possessions either side in the first half, we're seeing just back and forth twos over and over here.
You can keep saying that, and some Ashland fans getting fired up with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, this is the most I've seen the bench packed all season thus far. Good to see the Ashland crowd getting out here and getting hyped, despite the fact that it was a snow day and it's such a terrible condition outside.
The cheerleaders in the background. One thing to note: no school today. And we still have a basketball game here. After that, what was it again? The bomb cyclone snowstorm that occurred just yesterday. Ended up dumping about 14 inches, I think, was the official total for Ashland.
Ooh, Reisfelder gonna knock it off the shin of one of these Ashland defenders. Didn't really see who, but Ashland bench not really happy with that call, as Bellingham's gonna get it back here. Creighton probably gonna do one of his drives. There he goes.
Passes it outside, though, not opting for the shot. But that shot from number 15, Phillip Jones, is no good.
Yeah.
Bellingham still ends up with the... Yeah, shot clock resets.
Yeah, the shot clock has been kind of near expiration many a time here on the Bellingham offensive side. So it's good that they're passing around the key, but sometimes they just got to be decisive and make those decisions, it seems.
Yeah, they got to make that decision. They need to drive in, take the shot. You don't always want to, it's hard to nail those last-minute ones.
Russell, did you see? Russell didn't even take any time. He just planted his feet and did it as soon as he got the ball.
He knew what he wanted.
Yeah, no step
He
back.
wanted that 3.
He just got it and launched it.
I think he heard Coach Davis say, expand the lead, and he said, all right, I'll do that.
Can do. Yes, sir.
Pass back outside. He knows what he wants.
And he goes in for the rebound himself. Russell is a man on a mission this quarter.
That's what you call following your shot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even players that are confident, that's something you see too much of nowadays. People do that step back afterwards, that Stephen Curry.
Right,
you
the
take
swish
the shot
and keep your hand in the air.
You keep your hand in the air. You start walking back like you know you already drained it. That doesn't always happen. You need to
Russell
follow
says,
your
no,
shot.
Sir. I'm going in for that rebound myself.
Good box out by Ashland, but
yeah, Russell tries to come down with it, but couldn't get his hands around the rebound.
that was Reisfelder of Bellingham, number 4, almost ended up with the basketball.
And John LaRose, the starter, going to start with the inbound here. That's going to be deep.
Not a backcourt, though, because they never touched it before the inbound. So a little bit of luck there from Bellingham. I don't know if you call it luck or just smarts, but
they're fighting over this rebound here. Christensen managed to come up with it.
he's going to pass it back to number 22 of Ashland, Jake Latessa.
First time we've seen him all game.
Cameron Hardy driving outside shot, no good from Jake Latessa. I think he was fouled, though. No. It's going to be Bellingham ball. I thought Latessa was fouled on that shot.
It just seems like he needed more power on it.
I think Isaiah Davis agrees. Coach Davis.
Davis saying, I didn't like that shot. Let's take a sub.
I don't think he didn't like that shot. I think he thought he got fouled. Like the rest of us. But yeah, I mean, you're seeing a very one-sided calling from the refs here. Ashland with 5 fouls to Bellingham's 1. I don't know. Maybe the refs given some pity points. I don't know what's going on here, but
That's
not from what we're seeing.
It's not really phasing Ashland, to be honest. Ashland just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
I
again,
mean, the ones that they call on Ashland, most of them are definitely fouls. But they're just not calling the same fouls for Bellingham.
I'm no expert, so I can't agree nor deny, because it's tough for me for me, someone who doesn't really know basketball, to quantify that. But I can quantify that that's quite a drive again from Brett Creighton. He's been on a roll this quarter.
Brent Creighton with the fast break. Trevor DeParron looking for one of his own.
Wow.
And great job keeping that alive, Jason Christensen. But the 3, no good from Ashland.
Oh, and that's a travel from, was that
Creighton. Brent Creighton with another drive, but stopping dead in his tracks and causing the travel when he saw the Ashland defenders got right back on defense.
Right, that's again a little bit of ahead of himself there. And Phillip Jones, I gotta say, Phillip Jones from Bellingham is being amazing on defense thus far. He's really putting the pressure on, and even though he doesn't have that many points to his name, he's a force to be reckoned with when it comes to stuffing this Ashland offense.
Yeah, and Jason Arms was feeling a little bit of pressure from that Bellingham defense as he was driving, and what we're seeing right now is some Ashland players in some foul trouble here. Number 24, Kevin Russell, with 3 fouls right now. Jason Arms with 4. The next one Jason Arms receives. Hopefully he doesn't receive one, but if he does, he's out of the game.
And Jason Arms, and it's important to note, Jason Arms is a fantastic player in his own right, but when compared to a player like Russell, who's been such an integral part of this game thus far, if Russell fouls out, that's a big look.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to overcome with as many points as he has. But I think no player has been more difficult for Bellingham than Jason Christensen.
That's true.
We have down at 14 I think he might have more. I'm not sure. But at least 14 on our score sheet right now. But Kevin Russell, we have down for 12 of his own. We're missing a 3. He could end up having 15, really, right now.
With the way his game's been going, he's put up quite a few threes himself.
But another foul here from Ashland. That's Cameron Hardy's second, so not too much worry for him yet as far as foul trouble goes. And a good inbound there from Bellingham. They'll pass it around the key, try to develop something, but it's stolen by Feinberg. Feinberg's on the loose. He's driving. That's good for 2.
Puts a little bit of flair on it.
Dylan Feinberg so far 6 points off the bench.
Saying, remember me? I haven't been in a couple for a bleh. Can't even talk right now. I'm so enamored by Dylan Feinberg's play.
Yeah.
I haven't been in for a long time, but I'm coming in, and I'm coming in hard.
We're going to see a timeout here, or no, that they're going to call that out on Bellingham. Feet were on the line.
And I don't know, we've kind of reached a stalemate here, where the first quarter was big scoring for either side. We're not seeing the same thing here. Both teams just kind of holding each other.
Christensen passes outside, the 3 ball. It's good. Dylan Feinberg.
Yeah, like I said, saying remember me.
9 points. He wasn't starting tonight.
Right.
9 points off the bench for Ashland. That's what a good basketball team does. They get some points off the bench. Couldn't see who scored that. I think it was 25 of Bellingham.
John LaRose.
John LaRose. We're gonna give it to him, I guess.
And we got about 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Some really tense basketball action coming to you.
Feinberg will miss that one. Feinberg was looking for the charge there. Doesn't get it. Christensen comes down with it. He'll get a nice over-the-back foul.
I got to say, when you have Christensen and Feinberg in at the same time, there's not really much that can stop you.
Sparks. That's what you call that. Sparks start flying for Ashland. Ashland doing a great job right now.
Like, I didn't know that Feinberg had such an adept three-point scoring ability. I knew that Christensen, he's kind of amazing under the net, and I thought Feinberg was the same way, but it seems that Feinberg has some 3 ability of his own.
Yeah, well, his brother definitely had that 3 ability, and on top of that,
maybe it's genetic.
Yeah, one of those things is one of the things that Max Feinberg used to do is the deep 2. He used to be very good at, you turn around and you couldn't even think that he was going to take that deep 2.
Right.
But he always did. And he was just so clutch with it.
Right.
It was hard to stop.
Wow.
No good from Bellingham, but very close from right around half court. And with that, we're going to end that third quarter as we prepare for the last quarter of play. Bellingham 31, Ashland 44. And this has been a long game, so this is where you need to see how the teams are. Because the last thing you want to do is you have some tired players
who aren't giving it their all.
Yeah, who aren't giving it their all. This is where you can blow a lead.
Right. But I got to say, Ashland has lengthened their lead. Before they've ended quarters at around 9-point leads. Here they got a 12-point lead, or 13-point lead. I can't do math. Second time tonight.
That's all right. You speak English, I'll do the math.
Yeah, you do the math. Is it 13 points, Todd? Check my math.
Yep, 13 points, sir.
So that's more of a lead than they've had in previous endings of quarters. But you're right. Bellingham could come out and go pretty hard in the paint and put up some points of their own.
It's all about lasting through the whole game. Stamina.
Right.
That's a key. So some other interesting things. The last time we announced the game was Tuesday the 2nd. the first basketball game of 2018.
True.
So January 2nd was the last time we announced together. On Wednesday, the 3rd of January, Celtics played the Cavaliers and won a pretty big game, 102-88.
That's a big look.
Yeah, which was huge. Especially, I mean, you have LeBron James and so many great players on that Cavaliers team. So to keep them to 88 points in NBA basketball, that's huge. If you allow 88 points in high school basketball, you have some problems to fix.
And Ashland just put up another 2 there. I didn't quite see who scored it. It might have been Russell.
I think it might have been. So we'll put that down in the missing column.
But either way, Ashland gonna draw that foul, get that rebound, and they're gonna inbound it. Now Russell has the ball down to DePerrin.
And Jason Arms was inbounding the ball. We've been saying that name a couple of times tonight. Jason Arms needs to watch out. He is close to foul trouble at this point.
And the ref's going to say that was a clean D.
Yeah, well, it was. Planted feet. And, the Ashland defender planted his feet.
I'm sure it was.
And,
he had a better view than me, but when I see a player go down like that, I got to say something like that.
I know, but that's what happens. You plant your feet. Players are going to try and flop, and you need to look past the flop.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes.
And that's going to be another timeout.
So, Ashland doing so well especially with players off the bench. They're non-starters. Thomas Morrison, we have him down for 2 right now.
Definitely
Dylan,
a force, I would say, Thomas Morrison.
I would say so as well. Dylan Feinberg
Another
with 9
force.
points. That's a big one. Off the bench with 9 points.
Yeah, not a starter. He came on. He put in work, drained a 3. And is he playing right now? Is he on the court right now? Did he just leave? How are you going to come on with a performance like that and just leave?
I want to go home now.
He's like,
he's on the bench right now, getting his rest. They might need him soon, though. I don't know how many fouls he has, but definitely something to worry about in this game for Ashland is some of the foul trouble that we've been seeing. Kevin Russell with, I think, 3 right now. Jason Arms with 4. I think Feinberg may have had 2 or 3. I don't know how many Trevor has. I think he only has 1 or 2. Trevor's usually pretty good about not fouling, but Trevor had a technical and a couple of fouls in the last game, which was kind of fired him up.
Yeah, a little bit. Against Norton there. And wow,
that was good.
Cameron Hardy putting up 2.
We'll give it to him. He has 6 tonight.
That's a good game. That's a good game for Hardy.
Yeah, that's a solid game right there. So far, though, an interesting piece to this game. Number 2, Jason Arms, one of the starters here. We don't have any points from him on our score sheet tonight, which is interesting. Ooh, that shot's good. Who was that? Was that Reisfelder?
I believe that was Creighton, actually.
Creighton? I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, Creighton's been a monster under the net.
I think he has to be a player of the game for Bellingham, and that's going to be number 25, John LaRose, with a 2, and Ashland's lead cut to 11 now, with 5.5 minutes to play.
Like we were saying, the stamina can't get complacent.
Yep, you got to keep scoring, you got to keep playing defense.
Ooh, what are they going to call there?
They're going to call a foul. I believe that's on Josh Jones, the senior forward for Bellingham.
And it looks like Feinberg's going to take Arms out. So as you said, Hardy, excuse me. Going to take Hardy out.
Hardy getting a well-deserved rest there after he dropped 2.
Looks like Ashland going to inbound it here. Are they setting up a stack? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yep. It's funny, we are both Frisbee players.
Yeah,
Ultimate
we're
players.
definitely no stranger to the stack offense formation.
Yep, and of course, age-old basketball. Of course, the Frisbee one is a little different, but developed from basketball.
Yeah, definitely.
That's where it all came from.
As is a lot of the defensive plays, like cup and zone.
Yep.
Draw a lot of inspiration from these basketball defenses. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I did not see who put that in. I believe it was Arms.
I want to say it was Arms who, that if it is him, I mean, give it to him. First 2 points of the night on our score sheet at least. We're missing a 3 and a 2 other than that, and we're seeing some excited Bellingham fans, which leads me to believe that Trevor DePerrin might have had his foot on the line and stepped out of bounds.
It looks like it.
As Bellingham pressed and managed to trap him, which another Frisbee term, if you know, trapping people on the sideline.
What was that? I thought he was going to take the 3 there, but Ashland on him.
Oh, that might be a foul on Feinberg. We'll wait and see.
I believe that was Corey Schiappone who was driving there and drew the foul. And you're right, that is Feinberg. Feinberg's at 4.
It's going to be Brent Creighton.
It was Creighton, not Schiappone. Excuse me.
Still, Dylan Feinberg, 4 fouls, not 4 points. 9 points, 4 fouls. Which, that's concerning there.
Creighton continuing to put up points for Bellingham here. Really carrying this team offensively, I'd say.
I would say so. But he's the type where he has so much speed that it can get away from him at times.
Definitely.
Which I think that brings him to 14 points on the game.
Oh, that's a travel.
And Ashland maintaining an 11-point lead right now, but again, you don't want to maintain always. Sometimes you wanna play like you're behind.
Definitely.
even when you're ahead, especially when a basketball game is this close. We've seen the tides turn quickly here, especially in that first quarter of action. We saw I think it was 8-2 lead turn into 8-6, I want to say.
I gotta say, that's good defense from Ashland. They shut Bellingham down. There were a couple opportunities where I thought Bellingham was going to take a 3, but Ashland was right on him. Had no room for drives, no room for Brent Creighton's patented drives at this point. As I say that,
Creighton, no, what? I think it's going to be a foul. Who it's on, I have no clue. They're going to call it on Cameron Hardy, and yeah, Creighton's going to the line again.
He's 2 for 2, so I don't know if you want to keep sending this guy to the line.
Yeah, he's a shooter. He could very well cut your 11-point lead to 9 right here. And Bellingham running the press.
That's 9 fouls for Ashland. I just noticed that.
Yep, which means the next foul that they have, hopefully they stop, but the next foul they have will it's 2 shots automatically at the line.
And as you just said, it's a 9-point lead now.
And Ashland needs to take a timeout. The passes are a little silly here.
Yeah, I think as you say that, they're currently taking a timeout. If I'm Isaiah Davis, I got a little bit of sweat on my brow.
Yeah, I think one of the things we were talking about is Ashland is looking for its first home win of the season. And Coach Davis really doesn't want to throw this game away.
Yeah.
It's a close one, 50 to 41.
As much as you hate to say it, I think it would be throwing it away at this point if Bellingham did come back and end up taking this game.
That's for sure. But Ashland does need to worry. 9 fouls so far. A couple of players who are in trouble and may foul out.
Definitely.
And they're some of your top scorers right now. Dylan Feinberg with 4 fouls. You got Jason Arms with 4 fouls. Kevin Russell has 3 or 4. And Jason Christensen, I think, has 2 or 3. You have to double check me on that, but I'm not sure about Jason Christensen. He seems to have played a fairly clean game tonight, which is surprising considering he plays down low.
Right, yeah.
Usually those are the guys who end up fouling out first. But big worries for if Kevin Russell fouls out. That's a tough blow to this Ashland team.
Definitely.
The inbound from Russell to DeParrin. DeParrin outside.
To Hardy. Hardy to Feinberg.
Feinberg back out. Cross court pass. Hardy. Feinberg. Feinberg. Is that
Ooh.
2 or 3? And Christensen, I don't know. That he looked like he got fouled on his way down as he was trying to shoot that.
And Creighton out to number 4. Reisfelder. Is that going to be another foul on Ashland?
I'm getting sick of the fouls, man.
It is. I think Reisfelder's going to go to the line. And
Yeah,
you're right,
and
that's
Feinberg
2.
fouls out of the game, which is a hard blow for Ashland considering his 9 points off the bench.
It looks like they're
And
going to put in
a couple of
Morrison. I was going to say, I think Morrison is the guy you send in now.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And Reisfelder to the line. He's a good shooter. We have him down as 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And suddenly, this game is within 8 points.
His first miss, we finally have it, 3 for 4, but still, you're talking about an 8-point game, at least that we have down for Reisfelder.
Gotta say, this game is coming down to the wire. Harding, wow.
Hardy's going to lose the
stellar
ball.
defense from Bellingham.
Yep, Hardy's going to lose the ball, and Bellingham's going to get it back, and Ashland's lead falls down to 8. They haven't scored much in a while.
No, they haven't.
So,
and if they have, it's been here or there. They haven't really gotten any momentum.
Yeah, it hasn't been consistent.
That's a good pick for number 31, Josh Jones.
And I'd like to point out Morrison heads out of the game as Brent Creighton scores his 18th point of the game.
Brett Creighton, you want to talk about deep twos, that was quite the deep two.
Good pass by Arms leading to Perrin down the court on the other side. DeParrin holds control. Russell back out to DeParrin. DeParrin looking out to Arms.
Gosh.
It's picked off. It's Reisfelder. No good. No foul called. Reisfelder again. And Christensen manages to come down with it and passes it out.
That is a big rebound from Christensen, I gotta say. Oh my gosh!
It's good. Who was that? Was that Hardy?
I believe
That was Hardy.
That was a huge momentum turn for Christensen, bringing down that rebound. I don't know how much it would have done.
And that's going to be a foul out for Jason Arms.
And I believe that's 15, Philip Jones? No? Thought it was Jones.
I don't know who's
but it
going to
looks
the
like-
line.
Oh, it's Creighton.
Oh, man. We're sick of this guy in Ashland.
Creighton's been having such a stellar game, and he keeps going back to the line.
Oh, no. They're going to call that foul on Jason Christensen of Ashland, who has his 3rd foul. So he's right, 2 or 3. He has 3 now. But
this is turning into quite the nail biter here at Ashland High School. 52-46 with 2.5 minutes left.
Brent Creighton, he's good for one more, and that'll finish off a 3-point play for him, and 5-point difference here. 5-point differential Russell passes it out to Hardy. Hardy driving in. DeParrin drives underneath. Tries to pass it inside to Christensen. Russell, the layup's no good.
I don't know. I think Ashland's too focused on possession here, Todd. I think they're not really trying to. They don't really have the same tenacity to score as Bellingham does right now.
I was gonna say, and immediately Bellingham tried to trap Jason Arms, but there's gonna be a foul on number 15, Phillip Jones of Bellingham.
And I'm just saying they seem to be focused on possession, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but there are some points where they just keep throwing it away, and Bellingham is converting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's to say that if they tried scoring more.
DeParrin almost loses it.
I don't know if it's a better option.
To Hardy, outside to Jason Arms. Jason Arms driving. Christensen
for
finishes.
2. So I don't know. Maybe it is a better option if they go for the shots and scores.
Ooh, is that going to be on offensive or is it going to be defense? We're going to see. They're going to call it defensive as Jason Arms fouls out.
Wow.
I was telling you, this is where it gets rough. You already have Dylan Feinberg and Jason Arms fouling out in this game.
And looks like Ashland getting together for a little huddle there, trying to really see what their strategy is.
Thomas Morrison checks into the game as we prepare for a Brent Creighton, another one.
Listen, Ashland fans can hate him all they want, but he has been sitting there, and he has been so consistent as he brings this to a 6-point game.
I have 6. He's 6 for 6.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Based on my score sheet. I don't know if that's perfect, but that puts him at 21 points. This will put him at 22 and a perfect 7 for 7 on the day. So far, we still have a minute and a half left. Ashland trying to maintain its 5-point lead, but again, maintain.
Oh, there's Russell. Russell inside to Christensen, wide open.
Christensen underneath. He's having himself a game. Morrison doing a good job on defense on the other side.
From deep.
No good, but offensive rebound for Bellingham. Inside. Foul? Is that a foul against Hardy on Reisfelder? I think that's going to be a Hardy foul.
That was quite a drive by Reisfelder, I got to say.
And this is scary too. Cameron Hardy with his 4th foul.
And Reisfelder is what, 3 for 4 on the day?
Yeah, 3 for 4.
Again, putting him on the line. You're asking for trouble.
So
It's
4 for 5.
6-point game again.
9 points.
See, for every point that Ashland scores, Bellingham seems to score 2, 3 more. I don't know. And it's a 5-point game yet again, and there's a minute left.
Yeah, and you're talking about 10 points there now for Reisfelder, number 4 of Bellingham. Some good passing underneath.
And the fouls are coming out in spades, and it looks like Christensen is going to be fouled.
But here's the thing, Bellingham only has 6.
Exactly,
Now,
yeah.
This is their 6th foul.
It is not nearly as much of a detriment for Bellingham to foul.
Yeah. It is the 5th, however, for number 25, John LaRose. The drive here by Bellingham. It's Creighton. Creighton through the legs of an Ashland defender. The outside shot, no good. Reisfelder underneath. He's fouled hard. I mean, if you're going to foul, you might as well foul hard.
I guess so. That was quite a play from Reisfelder, but they're not going to give him a shooting foul.
No, that's going to be they're going to call him out of bounds. With the inbound, the shot no good. Tipped out of the hands of Russell, but Ashland maintains possession as Trevor passes it up to Russell. Russell outside to Hardy. They're going to foul Hardy right away. 20 seconds left.
That was amazing. That was amazing from Russell to to notice his teammate, and it wasn't a tipped off the hand of. It was more of an intentional tip. He tips it straight to his teammate.
No, it got tipped from his hands.
That's what I'm saying.
A Bellingham defender tipped it out of his hands. Luckily, it ended up in the possession of another Ashland defender at the time. We see a missed shot there from Hardy.
That's going to be a timeout.
2 for 3 there on the day. So far, we have 18 and a half seconds left and a 5-point lead from Ashland. But that can change quickly in these parts.
Absolutely.
However,
especially with the rate Ashland's been fouling.
Yeah. Well, one thing to note, again, Ashland 5-point lead. Ashland, it's more than 10, folks. It just says 10. Once you get to the 10-plus range, they stop it.
Stop counting.
Stop it at 10. But Bellingham with 7. So technically, if Ashland goes up to the line, it's 1-1.
1-1.
They have to score that, they have to hit that first shot to even have a chance for a second one. And from what we learned at the last game, Ashland's not always that great on the foul line.
Yeah, true.
So we'll see.
Certainly
what the
not
Bellingham
as consistent as our guy Brent Creighton.
Yeah, Brent Creighton
who's
is
7 for 7 tonight.
My gosh,
I mean, yeah.
he is giving Ashland a fit tonight.
He started out as a noteworthy player, but he's transformed himself into quite the threat, quite the monster here for Bellingham's offense.
Yeah, we have. I think he's barring some sort of Bellingham miracle. I think he's your Bellingham player of the game. And then for Ashland, I don't see how you can turn your head on Jason Christensen as your player of the game.
Oh.
The 3, no good. Thomas Morrison fouled. He'll go to the line, 1-1.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I thought that was going to be a jump ball, but it looks like you're right. Thomas Morrison.
He pulled it right into his chest, and he just held on to that thing.
Right, yeah.
Using a little football move there. He just pulled it right into his chest and held on for dear life.
And this is going to be Morrison's first time on the line for tonight. He has 2 points.
Phillip Jones, number 15, with the foul for Bellingham. Morrison, he'll hit his first. That leaves him 1 for 1 on the foul line tonight.
And this is going to be big if he can hit this free throw right here. A 7-point differential is big for Ashland, and there it is.
He's 2 for 2. He has 4 points off the bench. That's 13 Ashland points off the bench that we have recorded.
And it looks like that's going to be the game. And just like that,
they're not going to give it to Josh Jones. And Ashland comes out with the W at home. Ashland 58, Bellingham 51.
Definitely.
First Ashland win of the season.
What a nail-biter of a game.
First Ashland home win of the season, I should say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what a home win. What a win overall. What a game.
Definitely. I mean, you said it before in the girls' game. You said Bellingham seems like a team, seems like a town that comes alive in the fourth quarter, and we definitely saw that from this very capable Bellingham team as they made quite the comeback, but unfortunately just couldn't finish it out. Again, your final score is 58-51 here at Ashland High School. And Todd, for Ashland, who are you going to give player of the game to?
Player of the game? Jason Christensen.
I totally agree.
How can you not?
Jason Christensen putting up, 18 points?
That's what we have recorded. It could be more.
Yeah.
We couldn't get everything. Again, if somebody wants to come down and help us out with that anytime, we'd be glad to have you.
I would say a close second going to my boy Kevin Russell. He was quite the threat in the 3-point range, and definitely held it down on the defensive end of things.
Yep. And then for Bellingham, their player of the game, how can you not mention Brent Creighton?
Brent Creighton, I would give him just player of the game overall.
Yeah, 22 points that we have down. We have a missing 2 that could be his on that side.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a potential 24-point game.
Definitely,
for him.
definitely.
At least we have 22 down. So Top scorer of the entire game, I think, just overall.
I would definitely give it to Brett Creighton. He did an amazing job holding it down and really revitalizing this Bellingham team, who is down a pretty sizable margin, about 13 points heading into this fourth quarter. And I think he was kind of the catalyst that really stoked a fire in this Bellingham team. But unfortunately, as I say, I'm building the narrative like they came back to win it, but unfortunately Bellingham could not pull it off, thanks to, I think, in part, Thomas Morrison's last venture on the foul line. Thanks to
Jason Christensen down low. Some of the points he got, I think he got 4 points down low in that last kind of series of events that we saw.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we got to mention Dylan Feinberg. Definitely put in his fair share of work. 9 points
off the bench.
Yeah.
And then again, so we have about 13 points at least recorded off of the Ashland bench, which seemed to be a key difference in this game.
Yeah.
Not as many points off the bench for this Bellingham team.
We also got to mention Michael Reisfelder, who definitely played a great game in his own right. Brett Creighton may have stole the show in terms of the drives and the 2-pointers, but Michael Reisfelder
definitely had himself a game as well.
He was very adept at drawing those fouls, and for the most part converting. I think he was 5 for 6 on the night, or 4 for 5.
Yeah, I think we have him down as 5 for 6 on the night at the foul line.
So,
but with that, I've been Todd Carter.
I've been Connor Donovan. Thank you so much for tuning into this exciting broadcast of Ashland Boys Varsity Basketball here at Ashland Gymnasium.
And for our man who we hope gets better soon, Jake Silver, we're missing you, bud. With that, can we say his final line together?
Absolutely.
Good night and go Clockers.